Hey guys, back at it. This is day 298 and 299 in my 1 year daily diary challenge. This challenge was started and prompted through a meditation session, and those first 100 days were intuitively prompted. So if you want more information about those, pop back and listen in. It was an amazing journey. It was just beautiful. Just work on myself, and I'm so glad to be here to share with you. Please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Like, share, subscribe, comment, all of the things or none of the things. You are supporting me by just listening and being here, and that is support enough. So let's get into these 2 days. It is a Saturday and a Sunday. Kids are with their dad, and I just had a beautiful weekend. Weather was beautiful. Time was beautiful. I literally had zero plans, and I literally did zero things. Like I said, it was just a beautiful weekend. So I woke up Saturday morning, took it easy, just relaxed and chilled. My new Florida guy sent me a message and asked if he could FaceTime me. And so I was literally in bed still. And so we just FaceTime for like 2 to 3 hours before I even got up and out. Of course, I've been still doing my morning meditation. So before I even reach for my phone, mantras, just uplifting spirit, things that are going to just jumpstart my day and put me in an amazing mood. I still do that every morning, and I still do that every night before I go to bed. So I had a beautiful breathwork session and sound bowl therapy session with a friend of mine. Just set me up for a day of just living in that space of beauty. And I just felt my heart chakra was like so open, and just like I noticed every little detail. I was very present, very in the moment. I try when my kids are with their dad to not bother them unless it's like a good night text or they send me a message or reach out for something, just to allow them to have time with their dad and space. And not that I'm ignoring them or anything, but I just want to respect that time. So I didn't reach out anytime during the day, but I decided to listen to Becoming Supernatural by Joe Dispenza, and I found the audiobook on YouTube, and so I started to listen to it, and it was a 10-hour YouTube audiobook. And so I just started early in the morning. I listened to it as I was getting my coffee. I listened to it as I was outside. I listened to it as I was sitting on the sofa, as I was like cleaning out some things because we are moving. So it's definitely getting down to the wire of like actually starting to take things out of cubbies and shelves and closets. And then as I was cleaning up stuff, I found a coloring page and some coloring pencils. So I just sat down and I started coloring, and I started just enjoying my time coloring and listening to that audiobook. So just the whole day was just me relaxing, absorbing the moments, absorbing the day, absorbing things. And that was just a beautiful Saturday. I didn't do anything. I didn't go anywhere. I didn't have any plans. I still did a little bit of like my acupressure grounding mat and my vibration plate on my cycle week. So I have just been like moving through that. And with doing a lot of this work, I've been able to release a lot of pain and trauma around that. And so my cycles seem to go very quickly and easily. And although it was like a lot of, maybe just minor uncomfort, it was still not as bad as I had remembered it previously. So it's just been a beautiful, beautiful thing. And I moved through the day, just like I said, with no plans, no exciting anything other than talking to my new Florida guy, which I guess I could call him like the big kid. He's just like me. He's just a big kid. He loves to interact with kids. Like that's his whole mission is creating events and spaces and at the resort for the Make-A-Wish kids. So we talked a few times. We talked in the morning and we talked in the evening. I was just watching I think after I finished the book, I decided to get into like watching a Millionaire show that I had started to watch. But that was not like the big thing. So it was just like I said, Saturday was a beautiful day, and it did have one big rainstorm that happened. It was just like another sideways, like it came and it went, and it was pretty cool. Then Sunday came, and Sunday again, like could have gone to service, spiritual service, but I didn't. I just like, again, took it easy in the morning. I relaxed. I just did more intentional manifestations and more intentional things after listening to that book. It just was like this day of settling in, and it was just inspiring. I've also been fielding a lot of texts and messages from all of these things that I've listed for sale on Marketplace and helped my grandma sell some stuff too. So between all of this stuff, it's been just like messages and trying to coordinate people coming and picking up things. So then I reached out to my mom's husband to see if he could pick something up in Florida for me, but his back was pulled out, so he wasn't able to. And then like I said, each evening, I've just been reaching out to the kids to say goodnight, that I love them, and really just making sure that they're doing okay. And then I'll see them on Monday at some time. So the weekend was, like I said, not too exciting as far as like I didn't go out, I didn't go dancing, I didn't meet up with any friends. I really just left all of my frustrations behind, and I was moving into a newer space of abundance and happiness and joy. And after that beautiful breath work and sound bath at my friend's house, it was just like, just shifted me to a different plane. And like I said, I removed the dating app. I said goodbye to a lot of people I was talking to, texting with. So it's been like limited communication as far as like not a lot of people or anybody has been texting me or calling me. It was really quiet as far as like being able to leave my phone down and not need to go into it. I have been noticing that I'm doing a little bit of some anxiety, maybe driven phone use. And so I'm bringing my awareness to that, and that, I just pick up my phone and look through, like swipe through the pages, and I'm like, okay, what am I going to open? What am I going to consume? What am I going to look at? And even if I do open something, it's like very quick, and then I close it and I put it down, and then I pick it up, so I am being aware of that, and I'm being aware that I need to shift it, and that I don't need to have my phone in my hand. I don't need to be in anything. So I am just, like I said, bringing my awareness to that. And I feel like all of these things that have happened to lead up to this, with deleting the dating app and removing people from my contacts and texting, and is making way for me to be very aware and deal with this, maybe like the anxious attachment style of life. Maybe it's not a person or a relationship, but it's just in life. Like I've been so used to being engaged digitally that I don't know what to do when I'm disengaging digitally. So this is a really great time. The weekend was a really great time to bring my awareness to that. And like I said, the coloring pages really helped because I was like, my phone was down. I wasn't like paying attention to that at all. And my hands were like, on the coloring book with the pencils. And I was like just diving into that creative thread, and which is something that I love doing. And I'm going to get back to doing it. So I can't wait for my daughter to come home because she loves that kind of stuff too. But yeah, it was a beautiful weekend. lots of connection with my new Florida guy, the big kid. And I don't know, I've said it so many times, maybe in my head or out loud or to whoever, but what's meant for you is meant for you, and you can't fuck it up. You can't mess it up. You can't ruin it. And so this relationship has felt really fun and really good. And like, we can literally talk about anything, even like aliens. And we're both like open to hearing about it. And we're both like cheering each other on. And it's really been fun. And like, I've also done a great amount of shifting since I first connected with him. So it's interesting for me to see, is the shifting that I am doing creating a better interaction, or is it creating some resistance in certain areas? And so this just for me to be aware of, like I said, and move through it and figure out how I can grow and learn, and how I can be a helper and growing and learning if he needs it. But then being true to myself and what I feel and my intuition, and not feeling bad if that's not in alignment with something that he wants to do or doesn't want to do, you know? So that's just been a thing that's been in the front of my mind, where I'm like, I'm not trying to self-sabotage, but I'm just trying to be aware. I'm just trying to move with the flow. And so there's like been a few things that we've talked about that I've not necessarily had like red flags or anything, but it's just been like a little like, ooh, I need to pay attention to that, or ooh, I should like ask that question again, but maybe with more definition to the answer, or, you know. So yeah. It's been a really great weekend, and I thank you guys so much for being here, for being present with me, for supporting me by listening. Like, subscribe, share, all the things or none of the things. I really do appreciate it, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Peace.